Hello everyone, and this video I'm going to show you how to create your own EDB file, your own like Blackboard, how to make something like this for your own lesson. I'm going to be using both ClassIn and PowerPoint. I will explain why PowerPoint is also a very useful tool in this case. And the first example will be based in this lesson, G0 level and our class flag. In the past, I've recommended to some foreign teachers you can prepare your own course, your own EDB file, and they can make their own flag based on what you prepare for them. I believe if you just give them this, it is too arbitrary, and kids may not be able to do something out of nothing, out of a blank piece of paper. So you can give them some clues, some symbols, so they can have something to work on. And this is where this training comes in. All right. So this is where I want to start. I want to start with this page, and where can we get some symbols, some colors, and all of that in ClassIn. Alright, so this is how we're going to do it. Alright, and first we're going to begin with a blank board. So to get a new board completely out of nothing, you're going to hit on Control N, okay, Control N, like that. And then it's going to ask you, do you want to delete the current one? That's fine, because I already saved this one. So yeah, we're going to hit yes. So now we got a fresh new one. There's nothing in here, right? And now, so I'm gonna make a flag, but I wonder about the ratio of my square here. I don't want to make it too square like that. A flag doesn't look like that. Flags are usually rectangles, like so. But what kind of ratio am I looking at? So if you can go to the internet and just type in common ratio of flags, and it will give you that most flags in the world use to column 3 ratio. That's the most commonly one used. So that's the one I want to use. So we can go to PowerPoint, and I recommend you have your background in this shade of blue, because when you're teaching a real class in ClassIn, it doesn't look black like that. It looks this shade of dark blue. You can just go to background, format, give a right click in the middle of the page, go to format background, and then you'll see these menu on the right. And the color, you're gonna select more colors, and you can write this number on the hex code, right? You can just write this number. Okay, that's 203864, and once you hit it, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so the usual ratio of flags is 2:3, so I'm gonna just make a rectangle like that, without a fill. So shape fill, we're gonna go to no fill. Shape outline, I want a thick line, and it's gonna be, let's make it 3 point. The height will be 2, and the width will be 3. So that's the ratio of a normal flag. All we're gonna do now is grab it from the corner, the bottom right corner. See the mouse, how it looks like now, like it's gonna resize something. You're gonna hold the shift key on your keyboard, hold the shift key, and then we're gonna go down. Alright, so that's how the ratio of a flag looks like. And on outline, I'm gonna go on, well, let's put it on white. Now it looks more interesting, right? So now, to make a flag, to have these colors, like we're gonna add some colors to the flag so it looks like a real flag, right? Like those examples from the story. Let's have a look at these. So yeah, look, there's like a rectangle in the middle right there, and another one here. So I want a rectangle to be just in the middle, right? Like those common flags that you see around the world. So I want to create another rectangle, which will be half the height. So you can simply hold the Control key on your keyboard, hold the Control key, and have your mouse see how it looks like an arrow pointing every direction. So you can hold the Control key and then just pull it up, and then you're making a copy right there, right? There you go. So you can see those guidelines, those red guidelines that you can see, and that means it's already in the middle of this area. And now I'm gonna just close it, and there is my rectangle that it is just in the middle, right? So now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna copy these rectangles into ClassIn. So I'm just gonna select all of them, just draw a big square, hit Control C, or just copy, right? You can just select all of them and then copy. And then we move to ClassIn, which is, where's ClassIn? Here. and then we're gonna hit on paste or Control V, right? So it looks like that. I'm gonna make it smaller so I can involve this. So this is not what I'm gonna be using for a class because I cannot paint this. I cannot give it a different color. This is my guideline to create shapes in ClassIn. So now I'm gonna make a rectangle with this shape like that on top of it, right? So here we go. It's my rectangle. And to make the other rectangles that are you can color now, I'm gonna make another one and just use that white one as the guideline. Here we go, like that. Look at that. All right then. So now we can delete the one from PowerPoint. Let's get rid of that. We're not gonna need that. And then this one is just gonna be our base of a flag, right? So I suggest you send this to back, right? So put it in the background. Otherwise, the new one is gonna be behind it. So we don't want that. So to send it to back, we can just hit on this one right here and send to back. All right. So these triangles will be the ones that you can color any color they want. They like blue. We can just hit on this one and select blue. Here we go. So now you can have this one right here. And let's say they want another color. So you can, let's say I want to put this one here too, right? So you can hold the Control key as well. Hold the Control key and then drag it down. And then now we can choose another color you want. What color do you want? You want white? You want red? I think white will look not too bad. Here we go. So there we got our first flag. Okay, so with two shades. So that's just two colors we can use for a flag. Okay, the yellow, the orange outline. I'm not really sure you can remove it. Let me just have a look at this. You click here. You can just hit on white. There we go. Now it is removed. And this one, the line will be. Click on here, and then we're going to put it as blue as well. Here we go. So there you have your first flag. I think the ratio looks not too bad, right? Now let's say your students want a flag that has those three how do you call that, vertical, split vertically, like you'll see in the flag of France or the flag of Belgium that are split like that. Do we have a flag like that here? I think we don't. Let me see. Yeah, like this Texas flag has that vertical rectangle. So let's do that as well. Let's make that example too on PowerPoint. Here we go. Just gonna get rid of that one. So I want a rectangle that it's gonna be a third of the width, right? So if you can go to shape format here, shape format, you can see the width is this long number. So to make it a third of it, we're gonna just have to divide this number by 3. Okay, so you can just use a calculator, right? For that calculator, what is 14.78? Escape that. 14.78 divided by 3, and we got is 4.92. Okay, so we're gonna once again hit the Control key. Okay, and then we're gonna put our mouse around the edges. And you're gonna drag it, right? So you have a new one, right? Okay, let's put it right there, and the width will be the number we had, 4.90. Well, 4.93. 4.93. Here we go. Now this is exactly a third of the width of this original flag. So we're gonna just put this one right there, make it as smooth like that, right? So we have our new guideline now, right? So we can select that and move to ClassIn again, and I'm gonna put it here. It's gonna be small, so now we're gonna repeat the process that we did before. So make a rectangle following these guidelines, and then we make the other one following those as well. There we go. We can delete that original guideline, and there we have it, right? So that's how it looks like. There you go. You see those red guidelines there? They're helping you there to know how to do it, okay, to know where to put it right. So if you want to, let's say, do the flag of France, it will be, well, what's the color of flag of France? Is blue. Let's have it like this. So blue line and a blue fill. Then we're gonna copy, make a new one. So hold the Control key, drag it. Here we go, like that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now that's perfect. Now this one will be white, and the edges, the corner, sorry, the line will be white as well. And the last one, we're gonna put it like that. There you go. That looks not too bad. And then the fill will be red, and also the line outside will be red. Here you go. So now you have a flag that with vertical rectangles and another flag with horizontal ones. So that's one way to do it with the perfect ratio. Now you can add some symbols like in the class suggests. So here we have some letters, a star, things like that. Now you don't have symbol options here. In PowerPoint you do, but I mean, you can go on the internet and find some symbols, right? So we're gonna go to the internet, and there's this website that I recommend you use. It's called flaticon.com. Okay, Flaticon has a lot of icons and stickers and things like that, and well, it's free for the most part, so I think it's quite useful for any project you're doing. Okay, so we're gonna hit on, well, what kind of symbols you're teaching them. Let's say a star or a snowflake. You can have a snowflake, and then you can see this one comes out like that. Maybe you can choose a color. Now these images don't have a background, so if you choose, let's say this one, well, you're going to be able to see the background, like the flag background is going to appear right there. So let's say you like this one, we're going to hit on copy, and then we move to ClassIn, and you will see that this works well, works like that. You can just have the symbol either there, okay, or maybe the students want it here, or yeah, anywhere you want it. Okay, so you can I suggest you have these on the sides so the students can choose whatever they want to add it. You can multiply the snowflakes by hitting here, or by just hitting the control key as well. You can have as many as you want. Okay, so that's another way to do it. Now if you choose if you choose the one with colors, if you hit copy and then you paste it, so it's gonna look like that, right? So I mean, it's really up to you if you want it colorful or not. One thing to also bear in mind when moving images from Flaticon is that sometimes it doesn't work as you want. If you're using Firefox, for example, this browser Firefox, and we copy the image and we put it directly into ClassIn, you can see like it looks black, right? It has this black background, and that could be undesired in this case. It's not something you want to be working with. Let's say I choose this, I like this Blackboard, and then I put it here, and there you have it. So that's not something I want, right? So there are two ways to solve this issue. Okay, the easiest one is to simply use Edge, right? Microsoft Edge is another browser, so this doesn't happen if you use this one. Now Edge might not be your favorite browser, I understand that. So the other walk around this issue is that if you want to use Firefox, I don't know how the situation with Google Chrome, but you can just hit on copy, paste it in PowerPoint, and then from PowerPoint you can copy and paste it again into ClassIn. Alright, so let's keep moving on. Alright, so that's one thing you can do. Okay, great. Okay, so now another symbol was the music notes, music note. So yeah, this is sometimes you get an ad here, but you can just close that, right? So yeah, just keep going. Symbols, I don't know, this is the most normal one, I'll say. Same thing, copy and paste, there you go. So now my flag has a few symbols right there, so the students can choose that, right? Maybe this one looks better. Okay, another of the symbols were numbers. So numbers, we can just simply add them like that, make it big, and then maybe like a number 6 right there. I don't think it looks very beautiful, if you ask me. It's not quite aesthetical. So you can also get numbers from that website I told you about. So here we go. A number, then you can have a few numbers right there. So the numbers will look a bit more beautiful, I'll say. Like this number 5 looks great, I think. This number 3 looks not too bad. Here we go. 3 because we have 3 students in our class. What do you think? Okay, so you can put it like that there. Here we go. Okay. So maybe we can, play with this angle like that. And what else? What other symbols did we set? So stars, things like that. And what else do we have? Like dragon. What do you think of that? Initials. Well, you're not gonna find initials of. Well, you can find the initials of any letter of the alphabet here. So you can have the initials of your students. Let's say my student name is Bob or something, or Tom. You have the whole alphabet here, so you can just hit this one, alphabet and numbers, and then yeah, letter B, C, and H. I have a Henry, Charles, and a Bob. Okay, so here we go. Oh, sorry. Where is ClassIn? Here. Here we go. C, H, and B. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Okay. So how about that, right? You can just have it like this. Then the students are making their good flag right here. And then the last one was some kind of animal. That's really up to you. You can have also animals in this website. What animals do they like? They like polar bears. You just have a polar bear. Okay, so here we go. Maybe this one, I'll say. Let me go back to ClassIn. Oh, sorry. Here we go. I think that flag doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, I think this is. You can try that one. Yeah, that's one way to do it. You can have this on the sides, and then the students can make the flag the color they want. Okay, so this one could be any color. You can ask them what color do you like. Oh, I like yellow. Here we go. And I like orange. It looks like the flag of Bhutan, right? Or don't forget to also color this one. So yeah, I mean, have a look at that. Okay, or maybe they want it this way. That's really up to you. Okay, so that's one way to do it. I'm just showing you the main functions of ClassIn, right? This can apply for any lesson. So that's the first example that I suggested. Okay, so the second example is this one. Okay, for this lesson, G1, thumb helps out. There's one exercise right here where, sorry, that takes a while. Okay, this exercise right here, I think is a great chance to use these ClassIn abilities as well to make your own EDB. Let me show you how. So I want my students to be able to move these things, right? In PowerPoint, it doesn't really work. You cannot do this. You cannot just move them. Neither you can with the text as well. So I want to be able to move these things around, these little buses and things like that. So I'm going to be using screenshots and PowerPoint if necessary. Okay, so for the arrows, I want to use PowerPoint. Okay, and the boxes, I think should be fine using the tools from ClassIn. So here we go. I want this screenshot first. So to take a screenshot using Windows 10, you can either use this tool right here, Control M, oh not that one, sorry, screenshot, right? So screenshot, just a pure screenshot, and then here we go. Okay, and then it should be in the back. There you go. So we can do this for the others. So one more screenshot. Here we go. Next one. Click again. I missed a bit. Another way to take screenshots with Windows 10 is Windows key Shift S. So Windows key Shift S, and then we take a screenshot like that. Okay, but then I'll have to minimize it, which is really up to you. What option you prefer? Okay, this doesn't take too much time. And then the last one will be this one. So now students should be able to move these images around. But what I want now, I need those boxes, right? I need the boxes that look like this. So you can do that in ClassIn directly. You can also do it in PowerPoint. Whatever way is your choice, that's really up to you. So I'm going to choose white pen and this tool right here, which is dotted line. And thickness, I think that's fair. That's okay for me. So I'm going to just make a triangle like that. Okay. I think that doesn't look too bad. Okay, like that. Then to duplicate it, I already said this, you can just hit Control key, and then we're going to make another one like that. Here we go. And one more. Okay. You can see those guidelines that show up. That means it's on the same height. Right, so now it looks great, right? Now I can just select all of these three and duplicate using the same method. Here we go. Okay, I think it looks almost the same now. Now I want these arrows, but I don't think you can draw arrows in ClassIn directly. I don't see these symbol options. So to do that, I'm going to be using PowerPoint. Okay, so I go to PowerPoint again, And let's clear that out. I'm gonna make an arrow. So you can go to shapes, insert shapes. Here we got these arrows right here. Okay, so then you can just do it like that, but usually it's not in a perfect ratio. So I suggest you click on it and then hold the shift key, and then now we make a perfect arrow. Okay, like that. Okay, and once again I'm going to show you insert shapes, arrow, hold the shift key. Here we go. Now I want this to be no color, so no fill, and the outline I want it to be, let's have it yellow, so it's going to stand out on that blue background. And I want it to be a bit thicker than that, so I think 3 should do. So all you gotta do now is move this arrow to PowerPoint. Here we go, copy. So you can just hit right click, copy, or Control C, and then we move to ClassIn and we paste it. Okay, now we just gotta resize it. Here we go. So almost the same now. Yeah, I think it looks better. Okay, here we go. And like I said, hold the Control key. Hold the Control key, and there we go. Ooh, that's a bit less. Increase the separation here. Ooh, sorry. I want both of these to move a little bit to the right. Here we go. Now it looks good. Now I can just copy these two as well. There you go. Look at those guidelines. I think it looks good. And then we can just flip it 180. 180. There you go. This one too, 180. There you go. So yeah, now it looks almost the same, right? I just need this arrow right here, which I think PowerPoint should have that as well. So let's have a look at that. Shapes, I think it should be this one. U-turn, yeah, that's what we're doing. Alright, so we're gonna hit Shift key. There you go. Now rotate right 90 degrees. And I want this to be the same format as this one, so one hotkey you can use in PowerPoint is you select this one and then hit on Control Shift C, Control Shift C, and then just select this one and hit on Control Shift V. There you go. Now it copies the same format as the previous one, right? So we're gonna copy and paste that to ClassIn. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna make it smaller. There you go. That looks not too bad, right? Now. Oops, sorry. I suggest you send these images to front because you can see, look, it's behind these arrows. So the way to do it is you can just select all of these and click on this and then bring to front. Here we go. Now they're above the these charges made. So now the students can do this. Do you remember the story? I think they get stuck somewhere in the middle. First, he's annoying, right? So first this one. So the students can move this now in your class. Look, and then they go to their trip, I believe. Then they get stuck. Then he calls for help. Then they come to help, and then at the end, everyone's happy, right? So that's how they do it in your class. Okay. So one more thing you can add as well. I think your students should be able to read at this point. This is G1. So you can add some text as well. So you can have the story here. And then you can just have the text, like maybe let's make it yellow and a bit small. So they go on a trip in a bus. Maybe you can put a next line there. Then they can just move this one as well, right? So you can just make these text boxes for all the story, right? So we can just edit that one. Thumbs for help. Here you go. So now they can move that one, right? I think it goes here. Okay. Yeah. So that's another way to use ClassIn board. So all you gotta do now is save this very important file. Okay. You don't want to just leave it alive. You gotta save it. So you need to click on this cloud right here on the right, and then my mistake, sorry. You click on this little suitcase right here, Teach Tools, and then hit on Share, Save or Share. Then you're gonna click on Save to Drive, and then you can choose a name here, whatever you want. Maybe this is my G0 week 2 flag template. Then on your drive, you're going to select your folder. Everyone has their own way of having organized your folders, but I will put it in my own class. Let's put it, this is my G1 class, so I'm going to put it here. This is my G1 with this lady, okay? So that way I will not struggle to find it at all. And image compression, select without compression. I think this has never brought me any problems. So, I mean, I've always chosen without. I think a few times this has been chosen by default, but nothing happened. So I'm going to choose without compression and just save as EDB file, okay? So you're going to hit on confirm. It's going to take a little bit of time. There you go. A few seconds and it's done. It says save right there. So now this is ready, okay? Now all you got to do is open it once you're in your class, and you should be able to do any of these things. You should be able to manipulate them, okay? So that's my final suggestion. Hopefully you learn some new things about ClassIn and how to make your own EDB file. If you still have any questions, please let me know on my conversation on WeChat, or you can leave a comment below on this video. It's always helpful. All right. So thank you everybody, and have a good day. Bye bye.